All right. Who do I have here?
Yes.
How long we know each other?
Yes, this is, well, first of all, thank you. And I feel privileged to be here because we know each other 10 years, right?
Even more.
Yes.
Even more.
Yes.
I came to Dubai 2016. I
Yes.
met you,
Before that, a year.
I think, 2014.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Inspired by kids.
Yes.
What does it mean? Tell
Yeah.
the audience, what does it mean?
First, as I said, thank you very much for having me here because I try to give the benefits to everybody who is watching, parents, those who are planning to be the parents. So inspired by children is my vision, my passion, and this is, I believe, who I am today. So I'm a pediatric infant sleep counselor, and I try today to talk to you why sleep is so important for those who are parents and those who are not, and when do we create that poor quality sleep habits. And so this is my vision, and I try to help parents to achieve a better sleep for their children and for themselves. So this is, I think it's going to be a very easy conversation, just to see when do we start sleeping very poorly. So what is the time when we become bad sleepers? And then, of course, we will talk about it, why is it so important. And
Since you are a parent, I'm not yet.
yes.
So you have experience. What has been changed in your life since you've got a kid? Which things you had to change in regards of your previous lifestyle to now? If you can bring it closer, obviously. Why do I ask? I ask simple because when I get clients and I say, oh, you will see when you get kids.
Yes, I think it's very often you hear it, no?
Yes.
You will see when you get the kids. And then it's very bad, no?
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel frustrated. What is that going to change? And it sounds very bad, no? Because before I was, and I became very young mommy. You remember, I mean, even when we worked together, I was already at 22, I became a mommy, second mommy. And when I heard this, like, oh, you will see when you get 40s, oh, you will see when you have children, oh, you will see when you get the babies, somehow in some way it frightened me. Like, what is it so scary about being parent? And you are not a parent, right? And maybe the people who are watching this are not the parents. And then when you hear this, oh, your life is going to change, it feels like not really motivating you. It doesn't feel you, come on, come join to this club of parents. So many things do change, of course.
I mean, I have to interrupt. I cannot wait for the moment to hold my child here and just to smell.
Yes. And you will
know,
see. It will be there. And I'm so happy.
I really don't care about sleep and the way what will reflect on my life, on my routine. I just cannot wait for that moment to hold my kid.
Yes, this is actually, there is nothing greater because, so I'm a mother of 3, you know.
Yeah.
I have 3 children and many things has changed, honestly. So first of all, that organization has changed and you need to become really good at it. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you don't have yourself any longer, especially for you, right? You are working in such a structured way. You have your day planned. So you wake up, you have your morning routine, you have everything. So when the children happen, then everything is dependent on that little creature. So you feel slowly yourself like you're losing, oh my God, but now I had to reschedule this client. My child is sick. Oh my God, 3 days I haven't slept. So slowly you start feeling like some other person is in control of, until yesterday you have control. So this is the first thing, that losing the control. And then this is, I think, the only thing that really truly changes. Why? Because everything else you can still control. So your routine can still remain the same if you know how to prioritize. And what? Well, first of all, sleep. So as I said, I am a sleep counselor, and I really try to look deeply into at what stage do we get these bad habits.
Yeah.
So tell me, do you sleep well? Because I know you have aura.
I sleep really well.
Yes.
But
since when do you prioritize yourself? Because back then when we knew each other...
it's been changing. Like, I'll tell you, earlier on, I was thinking that, like, sleeping is just a myth, you know? And I remember that I was like, when I came to Dubai here, I used to exhaust myself working on the floor from 5 a.m. until 9 p.m. Sleeping 5-6 hours it was leading to one thing, that I was sick. I mean, sick, when I say sick, not sick, but getting ill each 2-3 weeks, having a cold sore around my lips all the time, and feeling exhausted.
And anxious, 24/7.
What has been changed in my life since obviously I was, I read a book called Why We Sleep. And in this book, the guy,
Craig, he's amazing guy.
Yes, was Matthew, I forgot last name.
Also Matthew Walker.
Yeah, Matthew Walker, he's the author, and then the guy deduct 10 years of his life researching the sleep. And if you remember, like, people used to live and say, you will sleep when you die.
Yes, this is very common in our area. No?
Exactly, Balkan brain.
This.
Like, why do you sleep? And it's often linked that you're doing something bad if you sleep. And then I start changing and I start understanding.
Why is it important?
How it reflects on myself when I go to the bed at 10, 11, if I have a drink the night before, if I neglect things that going, as I said, to bed earlier, later, and then I see what changed. And now I truly understand that I'm dependent on 8 hours of quality sleep regardless.
Yes, indeed. So that's the thing that we do not, first of all, I think there is this misconception about the sleep, especially depending on where you come from. Where we come from, there is that saying, you're gonna get rest once you die, or like, oh my God, nothing is wrong with the children who are not sleeping, because I mean, even us, we haven't slept. So I think that the problem with the sleep comes traditionally, and we inherit it from generations before us. Our parents haven't slept well, so this is a very normal thing, we not to sleep neither. So what do? We end up being young students, partying, going out, and sleep is the last thing we even think about. But what is raising our anxiety, tension, frustration, emotional irregulation? So we start feeling ourselves like nothing is in control. And back then when we met each other, neither for me, I haven't prioritized sleep at all. Only around 25, 26, I realized something is different. Like, okay, I make these stupid decisions. Like, I sometimes do bad things. Like, and why did I act that way? Or like, if I lash quickly. Back then I didn't understand.
But if I may interrupt, there are some people who are having real trouble with sleep. Indeed. Not being able to fall asleep.
Yes.
Not being able to have a full length of sleep during the night, waking up during the night and having, I would say, going to pee. Or
their sleep is being interrupted.
But in general, I know that there are some guys who genuinely they cannot sleep.
Yeah. And what do you think?
What is the reason? What is the reason behind? Is it something that is reflecting on them because of the daily routine? Is it some trauma maybe?
Many things, honestly. To be honest, there are so many factors that affects that good quality sleep. And as you see, we both of us, we wear the Oura ring.
Yeah.
I wear it for several years now, and you can see insights of your sleep. So once you see it, you can, okay, it happens to be that I'm waking up, that there is tendency of me going to the toilet for the guys and so on. So there are so many ways, protocol strategies that we can use to improve the sleep in general. I believe for your clients, because you are the mainly working with the male population, it is that they have the lack of retaining the sleep. So they wake up very often. And what I realize in my counseling office is that when we as a children, we form a very poor sleeping habits, this unfortunately follows us up even when we are adult. So if you remember, how did your parents put you to sleep? Can you remember, like, when you were like, let's say age 5, 6, just before going to the school, how did you fall asleep?
No, really, I cannot remember, to be honest.
Most of the children are still dependent on their parents to fall asleep. So that is the first thing. when we are a little bit younger, let's say age between 2 and 3, we have this dependency of somebody not only being next to us, but also performing certain actions. And this is often called negative sleep associations. But if
Is
you
it
go...
something cognitive?
No,
Yeah.
I would say it's more like a neurological dependence of certain actions, like when babies are small and we need to rock them down to sleep. And then we create a certain movements, like we link the movement to the sleep. And so if we do not stop these sleep associations in this early period until age of 6, 7, there is a very high chance that even after we turn to be teenagers and adolescents, we will carry them on. So this is the very poor sleep habits that we have at the early age. And then later on, as you just mentioned yourself, we don't have a mindset why sleep is important. And we think, okay, I can last 3-4 days without sleep, not a problem.
No.
But we don't know that emotionally we are dependent on that
You are
sleep.
empty.
Yes.
You are
Yes.
empty.
You're just surviving.
You
You're in
are
this
just in
survival
survival
mode.
mode. And you are just without any desire.
You just live. You just live to survive, and you go on day after day, chasing some dreams, especially here in Dubai, no? People come here chasing goals. Everybody come in Dubai to become somebody, to become successful, to reach something, right? So what do we sacrifice? Our time to sleep.
Most of
Right?
the time sleep.
Because you just said, when you came to Dubai, what did you sacrifice? Your time.
First. Yeah, exactly.
And so here in Dubai, most of the parents and children I'm working with, they also sacrifice that sleep. Doesn't matter that the children are going to sleep at 10, 11 p.m. and then next morning they need to wake up 6 a.m. to catch the bus for the school. So what do we get? What do we give them? 8 hours, 9 hours of the sleep while they need 10, 11? So this is the first stage when we actually form these bad sleep habits at the early age. I mean, look, do you have a clients, parents, guys?
Yeah, I do have. That's
So
what
what
I'm
do
saying.
what do they complain about?
They're
Like-
complaining about sleep. Even my friends, they were telling me like, wait until you get a kid, and then you will understand what does it mean sleep.
Yeah. Yes.
A good, peaceful
Yes.
night of sleep.
Yes, and so in order to change this, because often I get asked this, I'm being asked this question. So how to change this? How to not to be sleep deprived?
Yeah.
So the thing is that you need to organize and to manage your child daily routine. So you need to be the leader.
So what does it mean? Does it mean that you have to take all screens
Not necessarily.
out?
I mean, we are together today. I mean, everybody are either or. So it's like no screens at all, or like a lot of screens is bad. We lost that balance, right?
But do you believe in balance? Really?
Yes, I truly believe. Yes. And I'm a person, I truly believe. Why? You don't believe?
I don't believe in balance.
But no, but you seems to be, no.
No. Yeah, I'm telling you. One thing I learned, there is no thing for me personally.
Yes. Why?
No, because I believe either is white, either is black.
It's not.
I
Come
mean,
on. I mean, I know you for 10 years.
Yes, but
You've
I've
been that person, but you're not any longer that person.
No, I truly don't believe. Like, even when people telling me like you should balance your food, with me, I can go 100% on a diet,
Or
that-
nothing.
regardless where am I, what am I doing, am I on holiday? I don't care.
But do you think that's sustainable?
It is. I've been living my life for past 3 years.
But let me tell you why. Because you manage your own life at the moment. There is no other person depending on your schedule. There is no
You mean I don't depend on other person?
and nobody depends on you. There is no child dependent on you.
Okay, that's the only thing that I'm missing right
Yes,
now.
but that's why you need to find the balance. Otherwise, you will not be able to manage it. Let me tell you, I run a company, okay, employees. I run 3 children, a husband, a parents. I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. Imagine if I'm so this extreme, if it's only black or white. Imagine if I just wake up and, we've been working together, so you know my fitness journey. So imagine if now, at age of 36, I put myself on this extreme, only white and black. So I say, listen, I would love to cut down my carbs, and I want to lose, and I want to go down to let's say, 16% of
This
body
is
fat.
just bad approach. This is not balancing. This is just like if somebody comes to me, for instance, and say like I'm going to cut my carbs, it's not working the way.
No, but just I took it as an example more. Like I took it just as an example. Let's say like, okay, I want to get in one field of my life, I want to get really perfect. Let's say my body shape, okay? we see this in Dubai, perfect body, this mind.
Sorry, I have to interrupt. What is for you? I believe now. I was sitting with my girl and I was talking. What is the beauty? What is the perfect body?
Well,
can you define, please?
Yeah, but it comes from the balance. What do you perceive as a perfect?
Yeah, but not
the
everyone
more
is
balanced
thinking.
you are with the mind, body, and soul, that balance will be somewhere in between. The more you feel lost and separated from the balance, you will find the perfect in something what's maybe not perfect. So that's what I'm saying. For example, when I feel myself in balance, and what does it mean for me, first of all, balance? So I have my mind, my body, and my soul. And when I feel that my mind and my body and my soul is somewhere in that beautiful lining, I feel in harmony and peace. And in those moments, I don't feel and I don't have this bad picture about myself. Oh my God, I have a little bit saggy here, or like from my pregnancy belly, I still have this little extra skin here. In those moments, it doesn't bother me at all. And I say, I love my body. This body gives life.
That's great.
And in those moments, okay, or I don't say, come on. She runs the better company. She speaks 5 languages. Why? Come on, I speak only 3. So when I'm in balance, I don't compare. And I don't find this perfect bubble. But when I fall out of the balance, the first thing I start criticizing myself. My hair is not good enough. My skin is too dry. I have a little bit extra fat, weight. Oh, my company doesn't run that well as it's supposed to be. So in the moments when I feel that these 3 parts are away, then I start finding the flaws and mistakes. So for me, the balance really means keeping it together in order me to find the peace. And yes, that's at the moment you find the peace, because peace is where you say it is.
I'm very extreme. And I'm not saying this is good approach.
Yeah.
I'm not saying...
No, we are just talking because, that's a great, the beauty, no?
I'm not saying that it's a good approach, but personally for me, I believe that 80% of people, they truly have to be in balance with the things. But for me, it's just like I was trying to find the balance always when I was wrong in something. Like, for example, if you go and if you party, drinking, whatever, I said, I need this kind of balance, like I was always searching a balance from another side of the fence. So...
Okay, cool. That's a very nice perspective. But tell me, what part of balance, so do you also believe in this wellness of body, mind, and soul? Or for you, there is only 2?
No, I believe...
Is it three-dimensional or is it 2-dimensional?
3-dimensional, for sure. I believe that body, mind, and soul, they have to be...
Yes.
Exactly. Where do you find... Okay, for the body, physically, we're training our bodies. Yes. We are challenging our bodies on a daily basis.
Indeed.
Mind...
Yeah. How do you challenge your mind? Okay, tell me.
I'll tell you now. I practice yoga nidra, and this is non-sleep deep rest.
Okay.
So basically, I just lay on a sofa. Okay. I close my eyes. I put earphones and I'm listening for 5-10 minutes. I'm focusing on different parts of my body, on my breath, and I feel great.
Yeah.
Soul, I want to get involved into religion.
But do you think soul is only related to the religion?
Not really.
But religion brings it closer to it. I also agree with this.
Yes, I think in both, even mind, even soul, they get connected. But you need truly to be to that.
And you need truly what else? Because you just said, you go to that sofa, you close your eyes, and there is what? There is a peace.
Yes.
And you can go in connection with your what? Mind and soul. So the peace is the element which connects it, right? So the peace, when we have that profound peace, we feel that our mind and our soul are basically talking, right? But imagine this, you really want it and you know that this is the way to keep the balance. But there is 10-month-old baby crying out there. 5 straight days, she had a fever. Your wife, Yelena, is devastated. She's sleep deprived. And you need to go to the office because you run also your business. So you have to divide yourself to the different path.
But
and then...
If I may interrupt.
Yes.
it brings itself another thing which is very important. You are not anymore living for yourself, and you are not anymore selfish. So you have somebody.
Yes and no, because yes and no. You don't live anymore for fully for just. But listen to this: if you are not good to yourself, and if you lose that balance, that little creature out there is going to suffer the most.
Oh, I'm going to die for this little creature. I'm telling you from now on.
So you need to maintain this balance in order to be the greatest dad to that little one, because they feel.
Maybe my approach will change, because myself, I've been all my life like a soldier.
That's what we have in common.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean, Balkan people, like yesterday, I went with my friend and I said, man, I don't, listen guys, I don't want to insult anyone, but Balkan people are just different. And when I say that, I mean that.
And what do you think? Why is it? It's because of our cultural tradition, everything.
Come on, we've been through everything. Let's be real. Wars.
All the time wars. I mean, come on, in our life, we've been seeing 2 wars, right?
Yes. I mean, maybe you, but I've seen only one, to be honest.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. But yes, that's a good thing. I forget the age, and that's very good to be around the young person still feeling very wise. And that's what I love about you, because we known each other since we both of us been students. You remember?
Yes.
Our life was totally different, but both of us had something common, a goal. We had a vision.
I was hungry.
And look at us now, 10 years later. Do we live our vision?
You still, I'm stretching my vision each now and then, like.
Which is important.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
I believe that we should stretch our vision and see the things which we want to achieve, on a long run. That's what for me means at this point of my life, family. When you have family, have something to work, to live, and to run for. I mean, this is next step for me for sure. I'm set. It's just matter of time and matter of the things, circumstances. Like I believe that.
The circumstances has to be right in order for that little soul to choose to come there. Because I'm very spiritual, even to that. I truly believe I had, unfortunately, 2 little angels are not any longer with us, but I accepted
what
it.
does it mean, unfortunately?
Yes. So I have had 2 pregnancies that I didn't carry fully.
Okay.
And,
I'm really sorry to hear. I didn't know that.
Yes, so I kept it very private because... And so I truly believe that when the moment is right and when you are somewhere around that balance, that there is this little soul up there and waiting for that right moment to happen. And so often I see the parents, for years it takes them. I mean, they undergo for the different procedures, they try, and it's really hard on them. And years after, when they already gave up and they just said it was not meant for us, then the angel appears. And often I've been asked, but why is it so? Because it's exactly about that balance. That little soul is waiting up there to come into here. And I learned on my own. I mean, so it took me quite 7 years to get there, right? So, but once I got it, I'm honestly also very happy, because when I got my 3rd child, I said, I am fully ready. You know how ready? To know that what sacrifice I'm willing to take and what sacrifice I'm never going to take. And at that age, I was ready to know that the life I'm dedicating to my children is because I learned to prioritize what's important. And sleep, as I always come back to the sleep was one of the things that I had to master it, because back then it was just, as you said,
I have a question regarding sleep.
Yes.
How actually, no, I don't want to say actually, let me phrase this. How important is nutrition when it comes to sleep? You as an expert, can you see yourself, for example, let's say I'm on a diet, and I feel that my sleep is not efficient as if I, For instance, just have some carbs prior to bed. Having more calories in general, because I'll tell you, some of my clients, they've been complaining to me that they're not sleeping really well because they are
the diet.
Yes,
and it's very linked together. So I can tell only from the experience of that I have from the what many thousands of people been telling me regarding the matter, as also personal experience, because I've been also sometimes chasing those perfect goals, right? So the truth is that the lower carb diet affects our sleep more to the poor level, and the reason is that we do need certain amounts of carbs and fats in order to get a good quality sleep. So we're supposed not to sacrifice the last part, the last meal of the day.
I think it's all, it goes to the carbohydrates, to be honest,
and also fat, because there is a correlation that our brain really requires in that 2 parts of the day fat. So the morning start and the night start, we do need more fat than during the day. And I've been testing it. So there was a time for half of a year I have been wearing the CGM monitor. So I wanted to get into how the glucose spikes are affecting my sleep, my diet, my mood, my emotional regulation and everything. And so in these 6 months with me and the rest of the people around me that I've been trying to check if there is any correlation, we did notice that these high extreme glucose spikes also affects not only the sleep but also the nutrition, and with the opposite. So how? So for example, if we do not sleep properly and we do not get that, let's say, idle, that 8 hours of sleep in the night, let's say averagely people sleeping 6 hours, which is very common here in Dubai. People sleep only 6-7 hours. So what's happening that during the day they have, and they tend to have a greater craving for the carbs. Why? They need the B complexes. And so when you crave and you are dying to eat anything that is really like rice, potatoes, like bread, like pasta or anything like this, and you're going against of your own craving because you're on a diet, what is you're getting in a very anxious state, because you know you should not, so you are postponing this feeling of I really want to eat it. But what you don't have a mindset about is maybe I should only fix my sleep. So it's a proven that when we sleep,
of course you crave next day, like
yes. And it's a very hard to maintain 3 months of diet, right? If you have every single day you're craving that, oh my God, I'm dying to eat that pasta, or I'm dying to eat that pizza, and you just postpone it, and it's even growing the need for it.
Yeah, I have good approach for that. So
what is how do you advise those clients?
Yeah, for me, it's very simple. I ask one question. Is that something that you can live the rest of your life? Very simple. For example, they come to me and they say, oh, I've tried keto diet. Okay, is that something that you can live till end of your life? If the answer is no, why the hell are you doing this?
Yeah, exactly. People are very extreme.
Why the hell you are going to bounce as a yo-yo effect to punish yourself for certain amount of weeks, days, months, and then get back and do the same thing that you were doing before? So better is to find a balance. For example, for instance, the week, we have average, right? One day in a week, it could be like, not people, they want to socialize. Come on. People, they want to live life. Dieting is not everything in life.
Yeah. And people think that if you diet, you cannot socialize. I noticed this in Dubai.
Actually, what is the diet? Come on, I mean, like, diet is living a healthy life.
Exactly. Not sacrifice, and not like sacrificing the food in order to achieve.
Yeah, but okay, you go out and you have a meal, 2 meals, a drink, 2 drinks, whatever. Next day is important. Yeah. Approach next day differently. Decrease calories. Try to stay active as you can. Don't push yourself off the cliff. Because you're going to live to hate yourself eventually.
And now you see the advice you given to the others, but let me bring you to the beginning. You said you only believe in the black and white.
I believe in that. Myself.
Yes.
The way I operate
do you know that there is this, so you have thousands of clients.
Yeah.
Okay, you've been having then, you have now. So those people will say, my God, he looks great. Look at his physics.
But not everyone can do this. Not everyone.
Yeah, but listen to this. They want to. So being a mentor, being a coach, you know yourself. It's not just what you tell them. It's what you show them. So if you show them that this is your black and white, they can say, okay, this is the way me to go in order to be like Luca. And many people want to be like Luca.
I'm very happy if they want to go.
But it's not sustainable.
It is.
But black and white is not sustainable.
For me, it is. I operate this way. For me,
how old are you now?
I'm 32 now, yes. And I operate this way.
Okay.
I realize that there is no thing such a balance. Okay. Because
inshallah, I will invite you in 2-3 years to my podcast and we will have the same topic. I'll ask you once you have 1-2 children, is the black and white only the
maybe
best?
this will change my life, but right now I can just I can say no to many things. I can just
because you are very disciplined.
Discipline, yeah,
but the discipline comes from where? The good sleep, the good diet, the regular exercise, your emotionally content. No, do you have any problems that are bothering you at the moment?
I think everyone has problems. I really think that
but
everyone
really,
has problems.
I know, but you feel like something is really pulling you away from your path. Do you feel at the moment?
No, really, but I have objections.
The truth, have it there.
Yeah, man, you haven't objections on a way, but you are sorting them out and you are solving them. If for instance, if you need to sort your things out, maybe a month, sometimes a day, sometimes an hour. It depends how important is that to you, and all comes to that. If something is I made a list. I made list of my priorities. There are two kinds: high priorities and low. High priorities I tend to do as not fast, but as quick as I can on the best possible way. Low, I delegate. Hire people and delegate. Low.
I know, but this is exactly, this is the ideal if you can. But there will be moments when you will be not able. Because there will be time that you want to have that priorities. And this is exactly the opposite of, and this is why this conversation is really good, because there is a side of the successful person running the business out there, not yet being a parent, and there is another side, and we can exactly communicate. Because I still remember being a young and without anything, I thought I control everything. Everything is on, I'm boss, okay? If I say so, it's going to be happening that way. My life was only dependent on me, and then I realized, there is a husband, there is a children, there is a parents, there is an others, there is an employee, and there are everybody else. And so now decision making is not just because I said it so. It's so that's I'm always trying to remember and try to go back to that balance. And of course, in my opinion, there can never be the balance where there is a not good quality sleep, because I truly believe that the foundation of the abundance is good quality sleep.
I have to quote one thing. Yes. Sleep is a body's wisdom. A silent teacher of balance and restoration.
Yeah, wonderful.
Would you agree?
Yes, fully. I mean, I live it at the moment, and I lived different. I mean, I had 3 sleeping disorders, and all that they've been telling me, I need the medicine, I need a therapy.
How did you get through?
Balance. Okay, so I've had it. I mean, I suffered restless leg syndrome for years, and as well, I'm a person who suffers migraines.
What is that?
So the restless leg syndrome is a sort of sleeping disorder where basically you can't fall asleep because your legs tend to find the perfect place to rest them. So neither left, neither right. You feel itching. There are ants going around your legs. You continue. Of course, this is an emotional. If I analyze now my childhood.
How did you sort out this?
Trying to find the balance.
Balance between what?
Let me tell you concretely the strategies. I had 3 sleeping. I suffered slightly insomnia. I had restless leg syndrome as the sleeping disorder, and I had night terrors. Unfortunately, because of the night terrors and nightmares are also disorders. So I unfortunately.
Is it from childhood?
Yes, but this is why I work what I work, because I try to show people, listen, all you need to do, take care of your children, and this is the greatest gift you can give to them. You nurture them in these first 7 years of their life. You give them the foundation of the good sleep, and you take care of their emotional health, their well-being, their nutrition, and one day they will be very thankful for you. I did not have any of it. So yes, when I was 21, 22, 3, 4, I have suffered significantly. I had heart issues because my body retained the water, so I had to take... So anyhow, how I solved it? I realized that neither my body, neither my mind, neither the soul, they've been there where they were supposed to be. So the first protocol I implemented, and thankful for my husband, who was much wiser and more in balance than me, so he introduced me sauna and the cold water. At the age of 23, so since then I have a habit of regularly 2 or 3 times a week, I go to the Finns sauna, I go to the steams, and I go to infra, and as well I go to the plunge. This was the first thing for my body. I exercise and this.
But I have a question regarding that straight. What if people have no time, and what if they have no ability to get to sauna? Obviously, there are some people who are not, that is not available for them.
For sure, of course. So,
is there any other approach? Obviously, what you said, I can.
I know we share the same passion towards it. So listen. This comes from the person who was a refugee, okay? So my life haven't been like this. I haven't been successful. I was not born successful. I mean, I've been refugee. For 10 years, I lived in refugee camps. So there was no hot water. Often there was no electricity. It doesn't come from the person who was born in the glory and the fame I have today, right? But there were the ways. So when people ask me this, it's easy for you. You have money to afford the sauna and the cold water. Sorry to say for the word, but bullshit. Physical work is equal because you step from your zone of comfort. What our body needs that regular doing things which are not easy. So at the age of 12, I've been working 14 hours on the field, on the damn hot sun. I used to go to these, glass houses.
Where they raise the
paprika.
Harvest,
Yes.
Okay.
70 degrees.
I don't know how.
So I exposed my body to the extreme physical work, and that brought peace into my body, into my soul and mind. And so for people who don't have money to afford sauna, cold water, come on, who has not cold water? There is a river, go to the river. I did that too. But for the hot replacement, physical effort, and I don't mean go to gym and do heavy, no, go 12 hours on the field, go help somebody build a house, go help to those they don't have. And I'm telling you something, even when my life has really changed and I had everything, let's say, in harmony and in abundance, do you know what I still do? I go back to my parents' village, and when there is a summer and we collect the slama and we go to the field, 40 degrees, and you go to put the grass and you go to harvest the potatoes, and you work there humbly under the sun, and you really get tired and your hands are getting really sore. Have you ever tried to peel the corn?
I was, from where I came from.
So try that. Okay, you don't have money, fine. I've been there, I know it.
But imagine.
It brings also that. Same result as this. Same result as sauna and the cold water.
Do you think the world, when you speak about this, through my head is going now the movie, Aquastro, almost the same. Do you feel that the world is spoiled?
Yes. And we are spoiling our children.
Is it something good?
Not. So
how to
stop it.
No, stop it. You cannot stop things.
No. We need to stop this spoilness. It's a madness. Luca, this is the advice I'm giving to everybody for the future parent. Don't spoil your children. Don't do the things instead of them. Don't be fearful that they will commit mistakes. Don't be fearful that they will fall and hurt themselves. Do not take the negativity out of their life. The earlier they face it, the stronger and more resilient they will become. So let me tell you, I have 3 of them. The first 2 I raised as a legal consultant. So I have bachelor in law, okay? So how did I raise my children? I've been intuitive parent. I try to protect them. Don't be sad, I'm there, I'm gonna fix it for you. And they grew up into very not resilient people. The third one, oh darling, you fall down, that's okay. So I let him commit the mistake, I let him experience the pain, I let him feel the hunger. Nobody died from hunger from one day. You don't want to eat what I prepared, it's okay, it's your choice. That's your choice. Next meal, 3 hours later. So let them feel it. Don't spoil them. Don't spoil your...
I have to say something. You know,
Yes.
how was... In my house, you had 2 choices. Either you do it, or you do it with the tears.
Yes.
So...
Similar.
So there is no other option.
Yes. There was no.
I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for that. And that made my character. They made me as a man as I am today. Obviously, I learned from life most of the things that I know, but as well,
life is the greatest teacher.
I found my personality, my character through rough times.
Yeah.
I have a question regarding fitness. All right. How do you manage your time as a mother, as an independent woman? How do you manage that you still have a time to squeeze 3 to 4 workouts in a week to look great? Tell people. People are bothered.
Yes, how to do it. Because I never forgot mine why. Have you read the book from Simon Sinek?
No.
Okay, that's something you really should before you become parent. I read it and I'm very grateful for the life that book somehow came into when I was already like 24, 5, something like this. So I never forget my why. Why?
What is your why?
My ikigai is my why. I found my purpose.
Okay, ikigai, this is the flow, right?
My ikigai is the purpose of existence that I'm here. And I found it I was 28 when I found the true purpose of my living. And so that's how I manage it. So how? I know why, I think I feel why I'm here. So how I manage company life, private life, my fitness, which is very important to me, that's how we got together, right? Is that I am aware that if I'm not good in my own body, mind, and soul, I'm never going to be good mother, wife. I'm never going to be good with the people.
That's what I'm trying to say to people. Like, if you change one thing, it's a change of reactions.
Everything, exactly. So how? You make yourself, you have it the same. We are the same in this matter. We have a routine. Okay? And I stick to it 70% of my life. 30%, I treat myself, of course. I would love to have also sometimes going out for the dinner. Sometimes I also would like to see the movie. So yes, but my basic rule is 70-30. 70% of my time, I remind myself, why did I choose this, what I'm doing? And so I have a very strict and disciplined day. 30% I enjoy. And I always prioritize my children. How? Well, if I want to be happy mommy, if I want to be cheerful and energized, I need to start my day with a workout. If I don't do it regularly, 3, 4, 5 times a week, I change. I am not so resilient to the stress that I get from my work. I am not so resilient to the children. I mean, children are not the robots. They do have their roller coaster mood.
Yeah, but they take energy as well. Let's be realistic.
Exactly.
And they want you to be energetic as well.
Yes. And you can't do this if you've lost yourself. So fitness journey for me is about being good in me.
Feeling good.
And I can't wait to have grandchildren. I mean, hopefully I will be the grand. So if I want to live to be 90 and to run after my grandchildren, what do I need to take today? What action I need to take today in order this to happen? And then it is easy. Do I need junk food? No. Do I need the good sleep? Yes. So
linked. Everything is linked.
Everything is linked.
But unfortunately, there are so many distractions around.
Yes. Especially in Dubai, no? Life is here. Everything made to distract.
Like, not only, in Dubai here,
In
everything
Dubai
is
is
great,
much
but
more than
everything is like, you get, you know what I say? for example, why I've been in Dagestan, you know, and I went there with these guys. You know why they are successful? Because there is no distraction. There is no...
Do you know that saying in our language? It's easy to be decent when nobody wants you. Do you know when it's often referred to the woman, like it's easy to be saint, like never to do anything bad when no one wants you.
I
like
mean, they're not prone, like culture is like that, and that's the reason why they are, look the fighters from there. People in general, in their mentality is very Dagestanis. I'm talking now just about, it's very similar to us. Very similar. I didn't find that in Russia, like in this level, but I found in Dagestan. And then for me, is that how successful they are, because there is no distraction.
But not only that, they built on real silence when they are very young.
Yes, but
because
still,
tough life.
But still, like there are so many. You have tough life in Brazil as well, in favela.
True.
But where it goes.
Yeah, true. Very nice perspective.
I've been in Brazil as well. I've seen everything.
No, fully agree. I think that's.
But they are like just like, you know, you have a funnel. They just put you in funnel,
Indeed.
and you go. Yeah. You pray to the God. You are not making interactions with girls. You are training. All is about 3-4 things in life: food, God, training, sleep. And that's how we become a champion.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm not saying that like this is the...
No, fully agree with you. Distraction.
But distraction is
something, the worst enemy of the prioritizing what is important to us. So yeah, we need to learn to shut down. So I often say to the parents when they ask me how to help their children to navigate their emotions, especially since here in UAE it's really different than back in Europe. And I say, well, too much stimulants. You give too much stimulants, too much, then of course it's very hard to stay focused on tasks that you just gave to your children. Decrease the stimuli, decrease the distractions. Well, then let's talk in a month from now. So, and of course, the most important thing is to lead with the model. So you need to be the model. It's so Hippocratic. It's like, as a parent, I say, no screens, don't eat the junk, and then I come home and I bring the chips, I take the cola, and all day I'm just scrolling. And you expect your child to be
lead by
different.
example. That's what I say.
And in parenting, you will see yourself. That's really the most important thing, to lead by the example. But what kind of the role model are you going to be? That's the question you need to ask yourself before you get there. So that's the bliss of my work, that I also work with those who wants to be the future parents. And they often ask me, what are the essence of what the tips you would give to us? Find your ikigai as the number one. Find
ikigai. What is the translation? Because I read the book.
Purpose. It's
a flow. Is it a flow?
It's a flow of your chi. Like, I'm traveling to Japan in 2 weeks, and I'm going to spend 3 weeks there.
Good.
Because I'm obsessed with the Japanese philosophy. I have researched all of 7 principles of their teaching and learning, because I truly believe that the blissfulness that they found, they are so advanced than the rest of the world in so many. That is why there is so many elderly living there. 100, 107, 110. Yes. So many of them. Why?
There is this book Ikigai. It's written about. They went to this island. But anyways, I will not speak about Japanese now. We are running low with the time. Yes. I just want to. I think we are really at the end. It went fast for me.
Good topic.
It went really fast. You were saying to me, it's not enough. You don't need to go like 2-3 hours. I could stand here for next 3 hours and just speak.
But then again, we are coming to that. Do people have time to dedicate?
If there is something what is really useful for them, I truly believe that they are having chance to learn.
Okay, let's ask them to write down below in the comments, guys. So, guys, did you like this? How did you like the topic? Would you like maybe the continuance of this topic?
We will have to continue.
Yes. And so, how did you like it? And tell us, would you like to see? And how did you like this form of parent and non-parent? Somebody who is very successful in the fitness.
For the moment, only in the fitness and not the parenting area. But I will learn. No. I'm going to I'm going to work on it, and I promise that I'll learn, and then we'll see if I'll be still the guy who doesn't believe in balance.
Yes, but I'm so happy we know each other so long, and we've been really on our path. So thank you very much for inviting me, and I can't wait to see what people will say about it.
Same here. Listen, I'm looking forward for the next episode with you. There is so much that we can say in future. There is so many topics. We spoke just a little about sleep, parenting, fitness.
Just in general, something to people to realize how important it is.
Anyways, guys, I hope you like this episode. If you really enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe. It means a lot. And share if you see that this can help somebody potentially. Thank you so much.
Thank you.